about to leave. Already packing, come with me. I'm not.
Hello friends and enemies, welcome back to Happy For Now. It's me, Isabel, here with my series I need to finish or start reading. Shame, shame, shame. I will give you what details I can about these. These will predominantly be romance. And yeah, let's talk about what I need to actually finish. So first of all, we have Kate Daniels by Ilona Andrews. This is an urban fantasy romance. It does take like 3 books for the romance to start happening, so be forewarned if you want to read them. But these follow Kate, who is a like, God, what do you call Kate? I don't know, she's like a bounty hunter almost. She's a badass. I love her. This was one of my first like urban fantasy series I read and adored. And I stopped at like book 5 and I'm rereading it right now, and I'm on book 5 for my reread, which is perfect. So I'm gonna be caught up and done with it hopefully this year. And I just really love these. I think that Kate and Kurt are just such a great couple. I think they're just so fun to be with. And Ilona Andrews is a duo writing author pair, and like they kill it. Like they're so good. They're so talented. On that note, I need to also finish the newest Hidden Legacy book, which is Emerald Blaze. I'm like semi-hesitant because, okay. So like the next book does not come out until 2022, y'all, and I don't know how I'm supposed to read this book and wait. So if you want to read Hidden Legacy, which I highly recommend you do, this involves a lot of drama around all these different houses, like these heads of houses that rule certain parts of the magic of the world. It's based in Houston, Texas. It's very urban fantasy, but in like a really great way. Book 1, and the book 1 through 3 are one series, like one trilogy in the series, and that follows one couple, which is Nevada and Rogan. Oh, it's hot. And this is like a strong family unit and like very alpha males, but take no shit heroines. It's the best, the best. I love this freaking series so much, so much. I cannot, y'all, I cannot with it. Like, it's so freaking good. Yeah, I highly recommend it if you haven't picked it up yet. If it sounds like anything you would like, please, please, please pick it up. But you gotta know that as soon as you're done with those first 3 books, you read the first 2 in the next couple's series, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a while. And it sucks. And I hate it here. This is not where I want to be. I want to just like read them all immediately. And like I know the chances are I will not get an arc of the new one because like everybody wants the arc. So like it's near impossible. Alright. But it's okay because literally like while you wait on Ilona Andrews to write more books, they have so many other books available to you. And I've got one more by them that I need to read the series of. This is the Innkeeper's Chronicles. The first book is called Clean Sweep, which I've read and I really liked. It's about Dina, who runs a Victorian bed and breakfast in a small Texas town. Her broom's a deadly weapon. The inn is magical, and it houses otherworldly creatures. And, you know, we just go from there. It is kind of cozy. It gets really weird, I know, later on. I just remember I really liked this book, and I really would love to finish the series. Alright, next we have the Tessa Dares that I need to start and finish. So I need to catch up on the Girl Meets Duke series. I've read the first 2. I need to read Wallflower Wager and the new one when that comes out this year. Fingers crossed it should come out this year. She did say on Twitter it's coming out this year. She just doesn't know when yet. I really like the Girl Meets Duke series. I think these are a great intro to historical romance if you're new. I have read other Tessa Dare series and really enjoyed them as well. Personally, the Castle Ever After series is my favorite, but the Duchess Deal and the Governess Game are close seconds. I just really, really love When a Scot Ties a Knot. Yeah, I need to do that, and I also have to start Spindle Cove. I've tried to read book 1 in Spindle Cove, didn't love it, and I put it down. But I think I've been like on a historical burnout right now. A little bit, little worn out on historicals right now, and that's okay. So at some point I will circle back around and pick them up. Next we have The Ravenels by Lisa Kleypas. I've read the first 2 or 3 in this series. Yeah, so I've read the first 2. I need to read Devil in Spring still. I'm really, really liking Ravenels so far. I am very hit and miss with Lisa Kleypas. I either love it or I hate it. She does it so well. I'm not going to deny that. Like, she's a very talented writer. Obviously, I love Derek Craven. I've talked about that before. I love, you know, I don't love the Wallflower series. But the Ravenels are honestly, have been spectacular. I really enjoyed Marrying Winterborn. And I thought Cold Hearted Rake, the first book, was pretty great too. But yeah, so I need to read Devil in Spring and get caught up on that series, because I would love to read like Chasing Cassandra and stuff, obviously, because hello. These are kind of a spinoff from the Wallflower series because it follows some of their kids, and also it follows someone we meet in the Wallflower series. So yeah, I would like to finish that series maybe this year, especially since there's like one more coming out soon, and then I'll be caught up. Next we have Kushiel's Dart, specifically the Phaedra trilogy in this series. I read the first book in probably 2010, 2011. These are very kinky fantasy romance. They're very good, but they're a lot, and they are very much a fantasy book with good romance in it and like good boning. And it's very like a we can't be together situation. And I really, really liked the first book, and I would love to reread it and reread the rest of that trilogy with Phaedra. The problem is they're long, like so long. But Jacqueline Carey is so talented, and I think these are a great fantasy romance to like dive into if you are looking for something very unique. Very unique. And yeah, so I would like to finish that because, like I said, it's a series I started forever ago and I haven't finished. Now we have the Sarah McLean section. Again, I feel like all of these are historicals, or not, but we have Love by Numbers. I've read 9 Rules to Break When Romancing a Rake forever ago in my romance journey. I would like to revisit it and read all of that series in full. And then I would like to read Rules of Scoundrels as well by her. I don't know a lot about either of these. I just know it's Sarah McLean, and I've talked about before, she is definitely one of my comfort authors. She is definitely an author I go to when I want a read that I know I'm gonna love. I guess I'm kind of excited and terrified to clear my break in case of emergency shelf. Then we have Ice Home and Corsairs by Ruby Dixon. I read and loved Ice Home Planet. Wow, no. I read and loved Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon, and I've read some of the Fire Dragon books. And that means that I really would like to go back and revisit Ice Home and Corsairs because I really prefer her alien books. I don't dislike the dragon books, and I would also like to finish those as well. So I just kind of want to get caught up on Ruby Dixon and maybe like dive into some of her other series eventually too, because again, comfort author, but also I feel like I don't, what happened, what do I do when they're gone? Like, how do I find new comfort authors and new people to read from that bring me that same joy? Like immediately known joy. And then we got a few more urban fantasy paranormal series that I need to like get caught up on. One is Night Prince by Janine Frost. I love this series with Vlad. Like, it's been so fun. I have read through book 3, and I think there's just book 4 out, and that's it. I think it's over. Am I right? Yes. Okay, so I have one more book to read, and that came out in 2017, and I still haven't read it. So I would like to read that, which is Into the Fire, and be caught up on this series, and then dive into Shades of Wicked, which is Ian's series, who is in the Cat and Bones books, which I did not finish, and I don't think I will ever finish. But yeah, I would like to finish that because I really liked Vlad. These do follow basically Dracula and a character we meet in Cat and Bones' series, which is Into the Grave. But you could read it without reading those. Like, you would be fine. And I've really enjoyed it. I think it's just really fun, kind of goofy, just good vampire romance. It does follow the same couple for all 4 books, so there is that if you don't enjoy that, but sometimes there's comfort in the same characters all the time. And then we have Kalani Price's Alex Craft series. These follow a witch, and these are an urban fantasy romance adjacent series. There's fae, there's a lot of stuff mixed in. She's kind of like she's a detective, and I've read through book 3 in this, and I need to read 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I need to read 4 more, and I'll be done with the series because it's over. And I really, really like this series. I've really enjoyed Alex Craft. They've been a great like build upon each other's series, but I'm at the point where to finish it, I probably need to go back to the beginning and read them all, which, I mean, I guess at my reading speed, it's really not that big a deal, but still, it's a commitment. Another series that I also need to finish is The Wicked Villains by Katie Robert, but I'm hoping to have those done honestly in the next month or two, since the audios are on Hoopla and Script now, and I know I have to move on and I don't want to move on. If that makes sense. So and then a series that I'm going to put on this list as a hopeful, okay? Like, this is one that I don't know if I can do it, but we're gonna try to do that. And that series is In Death by JD Robb. I've read the first book and I quite liked it. I know there are some problematic issues in this series, potentially. Book one had its issues, don't get me wrong, but I really, really enjoyed the proceduralness of it. And I would like to maybe get through them, but also there's like 50 plus books in this series, so high potential for me to never be caught up. I will let you know. Obviously next year if I finish. I mean, you'll also see it in my monthly wrap-ups if it happens. And then my one non-romance series that I want to reread / finish is The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. This is the series that, actually I have two, and they're both by N.K. Jemisin. Okay, this is a series that won the Hugo every single year for each book in the series, which is Banana Pants. But The Fifth Season I've read and I loved it. And I would like to go back, reread The Fifth Season, and then read books 2 and 3 and like finish the whole series, versus like reading it, putting it down, and like never coming back, because by the time I get back to book 2 I've forgotten everything, so I need to just go through it all. It's gonna happen, but they're so long, but I love them. Like, they're so soul-crushingly good. And I also would like to read the rest of the Inheritance trilogy by N.K. Jemisin. I read the first book, which I don't remember the title of. I'll put it right here for you. And I really, really liked this. This was like a god romance situation. I love gods in books, and this just was spectacular. And it's one of her earlier works, so I know it's a little rougher, but I still think you can see the bones of like her amazing writing now. Drop a ghost emoji if you think I'm gonna ghost on all these books that I need to read from these series. Or if you made it this far. And yeah, you can find links to all these books in the description box if you're curious about any of them. You will also find links to anywhere you can find me on the internet down there, and links to the romance YouTuber Discord if you want to come hang out with me and a bunch of other romance YouTubers. I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know.